for coming this morning. My name is David Suda, and I'm here to tell you all about TerraX Minerals and where we're at, what's changed since the last time I presented here at VRIC. And quite a lot has changed. Unfortunately, our share price has changed for the lower, but that's really the opportunity. So I am here in front of you as a disgruntled shareholder. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to look myself in the face and give myself crap and come up with a way to make the share price go higher. And I think we've done a hell of a lot in the last few months here to show you that there's a way forward. So TerraX, to some of those of you who don't know what it is, was presented to me by somebody here in the room. And it was presented to me as an opportunity of a lifetime. So thank you for that. I still view it as the opportunity of a lifetime, and working very hard with a new team to make this an excellent win for shareholders. So we have an 800 square kilometer district in Yellowknife. It's very rare to have a high-grade gold district of this size right next to a town with all the infrastructure that accompanies that. And we're on trend with past producers. And there's a number of good things about being on trend with past producers. You know there's gold there, but you also know that the community was built on mining, that it supports mining, and it wants to see mining continue. In the top left corner, there's a number in gold there, 735,000 ounces. That's a major thing that's changed in the story. We're no longer out here telling you, trying to sell you pipe dreams, tell you that there's probably a big discovery. Everybody knows that there's multiple big discoveries somewhere on this property, but there needs to be a methodical approach to finding that gold and putting out a resource with a number that altogether may not be that impressive to some of you. I'm going to tell you that that is the way forward, and we just started drilling yesterday on the property, and I hope to show you here that that 735,000 ounces can grow quite quickly. Another thing that's changed and has made our life a lot easier in terms of, I'm a team builder. I want to make sure that I surround myself with people who are smarter than me. I want to put my ego aside and bring people into the project that are going to make the path towards shareholder value credible and real. And in doing so, we brought on Gerald Paneton. Gerald built Detour from A to Z. The numbers speak for themselves. He raised $2.6 billion. And recently, there was an offer to buy Detour by Kirkland Lake at an offer price of $4.89 billion. The deal hasn't closed, but we certainly think it will. With him, he brought Louis Dion, who has also joined our board. Louis has built several mines for Barrick. They worked together on the Detour project. They're an excellent team. And we no longer have to go around telling people that we're going to sell ourselves. We're going to show the majors that we can build it ourselves if we need to. And whichever one of those it's going to be, there's a long road to higher share prices from here before that decision gets made. So our capital structure is that we have 160 million shares outstanding. It's not the tightest share structure, but we've got great shareholders. Management owns north of 11%. Gerald Paneton himself has bought 4 million shares over the course of the last couple of months since he joined the company. We've got some people here in the room who have been excellent shareholders and continue to bring excellent shareholders. They fall into the category of close associates. And we've also been increasing our institutional shareholder base. I come from the institutional equity trading side of the business, and so I've been trying to put this company in a position to bring and leverage the relationships that I've formed over the 10 years that I did that, and so we continue to add institutional shareholders from around the globe, both from here in Canada, Europe, and elsewhere. In 2013, this property was only 37 square kilometers. And the beauty of this project is that it's grown to 783 square kilometers. It's also been a blessing, but it's been a challenge. Where do you start when you have a property of this size? How do you show that there is something real here? Well, you have to come with a methodical approach. You can't just keep on adding property and living on a hand-to-mouth budget by drilling holes all over the property. So here we are. We've focused on this little area inside of that dotted ellipse. So over time, there's lots of data, there's lots of knowledge, and it needed to be interpreted. So we ran a prospectivity analysis across the entire district. I presented this to you last year at VRIC, and from that, we were able to come out with targets that we now know are 12 kilometers from town. They're within 3 kilometers of each other, and the gold there, based on very conservative parameters, is 735,000 ounces. So we started drilling yesterday at Sam Otto. You can see those are small block models. Those are actual deposits. Out of the 735,000 ounces, 500,000 are comprised at Sam Otto. This is the focus, and I'll tell you why in a second. So 523,000 ounces is pretty good. And it's on that one little finger, Sam Otto, just 12 kilometers from town, just off the road, near power. And this target's been drilled quite a bit, but it hasn't been drilled properly. It hasn't been drilled properly to deliver a resource. So we're talking about an area that's about 2 kilometers long with potential to extend for another 3 kilometers. So this winter, we're going to drill 10,000 meters right here at Sam Otto, some 50-meter spacing, some 200-meter spacing. We want to expand the resource. We want to take that 500,000 to a much more impressive number. Let's say 10,000 meters with 40 holes. If we could get north of 1 million ounces in one season here and then go drill at Crestorum in the summertime, that would be a huge win. Why do we feel confident that this is possible quickly and efficiently? First of all, we're well funded. We raised $5 million. This program's going to cost just less than $3 million. And here, take a look at these small brown pit shells. We know that there's mineralization around and below these pit shells, and we're pretty sure there's mineralization between these two deposits. It's never been drilled because it needed to be drilled off the water, and that's why we drill here in the winter. We can be on the ice and we can put drill holes between those two deposits to find more mineralization there. Why are those pit shells so small, and why is that mineralization that you see below those models not included? Well, we use conservative parameters, and the computer program that the resource geologist who put the 43101 estimate together, that software was not able to pull those ounces into those pits because there's simply a lack of holes, there's a lack of drilling. So if I could walk you all through a set of sections, some of you would be put to sleep by that, but I can certainly assure you that it's very simple. Let's see if I can get this laser pointer. This area here is the result of or a couple drill holes, and the reason it's not part of those pits is simply because it hasn't been drilled properly. We need to drill more holes through this deposit in order for those ounces to go into the pit shells, and that's the opportunity here. We're not looking for something, we know it's there, we just have to systematically drill it in order for those ounces to be included in those pits. So at the same time, we want to extend the strike of this target and find more of these pits, and that's all possible here. This program is going to end in April. We'll have drilled approximately 40 to 60 holes, and we'll move on to Crestorum, which is one of our high-grade targets. You've all seen very exciting grades come out of this, and that starts in the summertime. Crestorum looks like this from a long section, and we believe that Crestorum looks a lot like the Con mine. The Con vein specifically, which produced 1 million ounces at 20 grams. And so in order to increase the resource here at Crestorum, where we have about 200,000 ounces, we simply know that we need to drill deeper. Most of the drilling is very close to surface, and as an analog of the Con vein, we need to go deeper. So again, what I'm trying to underline here is that we're no longer running around picking off high grade and looking for smoke. We want to build up a resource in a concentrated area that actually looks like a mine. And once we get to a critical mass and our share price starts to move, we get our momentum back, that's when we can go and continue to develop this blue sky story. You know, where's the next Con mine on this property? But for now, we need to get our share price to double or triple or quadruple on the basis that we need to add ounces. We got to put ounces on the table, and this resource is what gave us the roadmap. Again, this slide simply shows you the similarity between the Con and Crestorum, where we'll go in the summer. And again, here you get a sense of exactly how close we are to town. So we look forward to getting this completed in April, but we're going to have news out in the next 6 weeks or so. The first hole was completed yesterday, and I've got a photo here which will show you our rig that was being towed to site just yesterday. Thank you all for being here, and we look forward to putting out lots of news in the coming months.